Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm KandyCorpse, you can call me Kay, and today we're going to be reading, and this is Theodore. Today, Theodore and I, Simon is somewhere in here, he's over there sleeping, how'd that feel? Sleeping over on the edge of the bed, but we're going to be reading some true paranormal stories that we found on Reddit. So I'm going to just hop right into these stories. I wanted to do something else, couldn't get my tablet to cooperate with me, couldn't get Reddit to cooperate, but I finally got it to work, so I will hopefully be able to film a little bit more, including the other video I wanted to make. It was age restricted, the subreddit I was trying to go into, I guess, I don't know. But to jump right in and get started, the first story is, my kid has been saying some creepy stuff lately. I'm an absolute wuss regarding these things. Please help. Info that feels important. We moved into this house 2 years ago. Previous owners were here for 2 years. The ones before were here for a year, and the ones before that were here for a decade. They were the original owners. I'm not a witchy person, but I know there's shit out there that I can't explain. I know salt, ash, and...
Oh my god.
The screen just went dark on me. I know salt, ash, and blood are powerful tools, and 3 a.m. scares me. Main body of the post. I have a preschool-aged girl. My mother watches her while I work. My mom sent me this text yesterday. Mom. Creepy story. I forgot to plug in child's name, tablet, and it died. While it was charging, she was on the floor playing with her dinosaurs. She got up, came over to me, and asked, "Why did you open my door?" Her door is closed. I told her that no one opened her door and that it's closed. She said that a person opened her door and stomped into a room and that they were wearing stripes all over. I asked her when this happened, but she just kept repeating the story. And then it has like a confused emoji face where they're like, I stopped myself from asking if it scared her. I didn't want to put the idea in her head. I wasn't sure how to ask her how it made her feel. She seemed to be more curious than scared. Text copied here straight from her text. Only edit is censoring my child's name for privacy. We love that. We love protecting your child's privacy online. We stand for that. Around this time last year, my kid kept waking up crying about angry eyebrows in her walls. I had her help me rub her walls with salt and burn a candle. It helped a lot. She hasn't been scared or said anything creepy since, until yesterday. Then, last night while I was putting her to bed, she kept looking at her door and quietly crying, oh no, and hiding her face. I couldn't get any info out of her, but I had an icky off feeling. Middle of the night, about 3:48, that they just typed it so funny. It's like just numbers in parentheses. There was a loud thud picked up by our baby monitor, but nothing to cause it, and she didn't wake up. I'm trying to convince myself that this was just my cat being a cat, though nothing in the hallway was disturbed. The monitor doesn't record, it's just a cheap one, basically a walkie-talkie. What do I do? What can I do? Should I get my kid into therapy? Should I burn sage that I grew myself? Not smudging, as that's a close practice. I just know it's a cleansing plant. Period. We love someone who's informed, even though they're not a part of the craft. That's actually great. Should I salt her room again? Add ash. I tried asking in the witch subreddit and then spell subreddit, and they both said this belonged here instead. Then deleted my post. Please help me, I'm scared. That's so interesting. Like, honestly, that, my goodness, sir, he can't decide where he wants to be. He just wants all the attention. That's very interesting. I'd like to see what some of the comments have to say, because it could very well be an overactive imagination. It could be that your child is, children often tend to be, when it comes to spiritual spaces, just more in tune. That's the word I'm looking for with these kinds of things. So she could very well be seeing something that maybe the adults can't. There's a few different possibilities. Let's see what some of these comments have to say. All of these comments are so long. I'm gonna just kind of make it brief. So this one comment, looks like it's the top comment. It says, my first rule of magic, always search for a mundane explanation first. That's what I always say too, is always look for a rational explanation. Look for something that could genuinely explain it, besides the paranormal, besides magic, besides all these things. And it looks like a lot of people agreed with that. I'm turning it this way because it's just easier on my back, honestly. So sorry for the angle change. This one says, I've posted this exact comment before regarding toddlers/preschoolers and paranormal stuff, so I'm sorry if you've seen it before. I'm not trying to downplay your experience at all, but I do just want to add that this is the monster age. Something about the prefrontal cortex starting to develop that causes kids to begin understanding their own mortality, fears start kicking in. And there's a little bit more after that, but I'm gonna kind of keep it where it is, basically coming to terms with these things. So that definitely could be an explanation as well, like 100%. So one of these comments says, so not really a witchy thing, but it easily could be turned into one. I taught preschool for many years, and this is a normal age for nightmares. So it seems like a lot of people are kind of agreeing that that could be it, finding an explanation. It could just be her having nightmares, afraid to fall asleep, coming to terms with potential, other ongoings in life. So it seems that the comment section of this agrees that it could just be a child being a child, or, but who knows at the end of the day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think about this scenario in particular. On to our next story. This one says, something is in my house and it knows I'm writing this. Huh? Like I'm assuming you're not talking about a burglar. This already giving me the heebie-jeebies. I've lived in this house for 5 years without anything weird happening. No creaks, no shadows, nothing. But in the past 2 weeks, things have changed in a way that I can't explain. It started small. I'd hear footsteps in the stairs when I was the only one home. My phone would slide off the nightstand even though it wasn't near the edge. I thought maybe I was just tired. Then I started waking up at 3:14 a.m. every single night. Not 3:13, not 3:15, always 3:14. I'll open my eyes and feel something heavy in the room with me. The air is thick, like I'm breathing water. Once, I swear I heard someone whisper my name right next to my ear. Last night was the worst. I woke up at 3:14, completely unable to move, my first ever sleep paralysis. My eyes were open, but my body wouldn't respond. It felt like someone was sitting at the edge of my bed, leaning close and breathing over me. In the corner of my vision, I could see a tall, dark shape at the foot of the bed, perfectly still. I couldn't scream or turn my head, just lay there while my heart pounded. After what felt like forever, the pressure lifted and I could move again. I stayed awake the rest of the night, scrolling on Jackposity, just something to keep myself from spiraling. I don't know if I should be scared or if I'm just losing my mind, but it feels like whatever this is wants me to notice it, and I think it's working. I have personally had experiences with sleep paralysis, and I know, like, just from hearing other people talk about it, sleep paralysis really truly is like so scary sometimes. So I don't blame them for being terrified. And sleep paralysis, that does sound like it kind of tracks along with sleep paralysis, but I've also heard stories of people where like it's not necessarily that, but people explain that it could be this, but there's something at the edge of their bed. So who knows? But let's take a look at a couple of the comments and let's see what a couple other people have to say. I dealt with something similar after the death of a relative I was caring for, and it was not the relative. Ooh, that's concerning. You do need to say out loud, I know you're there and you can hear me. I didn't invite you here. You're not welcome. You have to leave and you cannot come back. Get out. Open a door or a window for a minute or so and then close it. You may start to feel fear, dread, intimidation, anger, trying to intimidate you to back down, or that you are being observed or watched. If you do, repeat what I told you to say. Or you might feel like it's shocked and surprised that you called it out. Don't try to talk aside from telling it that you know it's there and it has to leave. It may have gotten kicked out of someone else's house. It may take up to 3 days for it to leave completely. If it's not gone in 3 days, send me a message. So essentially this person is kind of going along the spiritual side of things, which, I mean, definitely for the most part, when it comes to like spirits, if you are kind of interested in that thing, a lot of the belief really comes from, unless it's like super strong and just there's something truly keeping it there. Honestly, for the most part, all you got to do is, and it's terrifying, it's so scary, you really just got to say, get the fuck out. Like, it's not your business to be here no more. You got somewhere else to be. If you're gonna cause trouble, you can't stay here. And that's really the best you can do. And then there's, depending on your religion, your practice, maybe you light incense, maybe maybe you bless with holy water. Maybe you pray to your higher power, your God, and you tell them, hey, I want them gone. Can y'all send someone to kick their ass out? Like, they evicted. Their time is up. Like, I'm calling y'all. Like, paranormal cops is, you're, instead of calling the sheriff, you're calling whatever deity or higher power you devote yourself to. This one says, hello, sleep paralysis. Do you know the catalyst of this phenomenon is a spirit? Now, whether they are the cause of it or the person's subconscious causes it themselves, I don't know. More or less paralyzed with fear because of an entity there. I don't know. One incident I remember is a lady was in bed with sleep paralysis, had an entity on top of her, couldn't move or speak, couldn't get rid of it. The only thing she could think of or do is make the sign of the cross with the tip of her tongue on the roof of her mouth. Actually, a genius idea. As soon as she did that, it released her. So that's another very spiritual take. I'd like to see if any of the comments say anything about like trying to dismiss it. I'm sorry, Theodore, I know you just got comfortable, but my leg fell asleep. This will be the last comment I read before I go on to the next story, says, that's absolutely normal with sleep paralysis, and this is how you stop it. First and most importantly, do not panic. When you panic, your mind creates what your thoughts are thinking. If you're scared, you'll see scary shit. Second, do not open your eyes for the above reason. Third, try to think some peaceful, happy thoughts. As much as you want to give in to the panic, you can't. Take your mind elsewhere, think happy thoughts, keep your mind with those happy thoughts. The fourth thing is relax and slowly try to wiggle your fingers or toes. That's what I do. And I didn't know nothing about sleep paralysis and I didn't look into it. That's just what I did, and that's how I was able to kind of help myself get out of it. No, this will seem hard at first. Once you get your body to relax, they'll start to wiggle, and when that happens, you should be able to pull out of it. As scary and paranormal and real as this seems, it's not. It's your mind and your body playing tricks on you. Look up astral projection. Sleep paralysis is a technique used to astral project and explore other planes. It's cool as fuck. Hope this helps. So yeah, it looks like, and those are the top 3 comments, so it looks like there is quite a mix in opinion on whether it is a spiritual or a natural phenomenon that just occurs in the body. So what do you guys think? Do you think that there was something there, or do you think that it was sleep paralysis? Or maybe a little bit of both? My girlfriend and I experienced something very strange 2 hours ago. This was posted 2 months ago, so we might be a little late to the party. So we're just on the couch watching Master Chef like usual. She'd taken her medication, so I knew she was going to probably go to bed soon. After the episode, she did her usual door checks to make sure everything was locked and stuff. She can't go to bed without making sure everything is shut and locked, example, windows, doors, all that. And then I followed her to the bedroom to lay with her for a little bit while she fell asleep. Not 15 seconds into laying there with her, we hear absolutely clear as day the clacking sound coming from my kitchen. It was loud. I could hear it with my bedroom door closed. It honestly sounded like something with some real weight was walking around my kitchen. So I locked my bedroom door, she calls her friend, and we just hear this thing walking around the house. After 2 to 3 minutes, it just stops. I tentatively go out of the bedroom, look around my entire house. Empty. Door is locked, every window shut. I have no clue what happened. But that was the strangest thing I've ever experienced in my life. So this comment says, well, I thought at first probably was just a person breaking in, maybe stealing some stuff. But that isn't right. You said that the sound was loud and went on for 2 to 3 minutes. No person breaking in would be that loud for so long. So perhaps there was a demon in your house. People just throw that word around. I say that, but I don't know. I feel like it's used more often than it needs to be, but it's fine. There's also the possibility it was an animal and it ran off somewhere in your house. Maybe you should do a quick sweep of the house. Holding a knife might make you feel more comfortable. Yeah, It might. So a lot of the comments on that are people kind of giving their own, saying that they've had similar experiences where they hear something loud slam and, you know, they hear some moving around, and then when they go and check after it stops, there's nothing there. Nothing at all. Like, not even evidence of there being people. And I have had those experiences very recently. I mentioned earlier at work, we hear sounds. I'm telling you, there is this one day, it happened a couple times, but this one day, I heard somebody running up those stairs and the motion lights went off. And I whipped around that corner so fast. The house is, you know, it's like a decent size. I was on one end of the house and I heard someone running up the stairs, like fully stomping. And the two people that I was caring for that day were sitting right there on the couch in front of me. So I stood up from the table where I was doing whatever I was doing that day, and I sped. I went straight to, you know, the hallway. I turned the corner and there was nothing. Threw the door open to the basement. I had to unlock it first, by the way. It was still locked. Threw the door open, went down the stairs, nobody. So, don't know what happened. Looked in all the bedrooms, you know, checked all the windows, checked everything. Mr. Chi, my goodness. But I've experienced that too. And that's why I said to my manager, whether it's a ghost, whether it's someone living in the walls, I'll 2-piece somebody for my guys, I don't care. But I'm letting you know, like, I think, like, it's more than just a ghost. The way things are moving around, I think that it's an actual person fucking with me, fucking with us, because there's a couple of us have heard and experienced these things. So, I don't know. Who knows? It could be that there was something there, but I also think that why would that kind of randomly start? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense for a spirit to just randomly be like, hello, here I am, and I'm just gonna, like, knock your cat over, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it could be. I have no explanation, but I've experienced that too, and it's weird and it's scary. And then it's like, how are you supposed to sleep at night after experiencing that, you know? Anyways, that is all for today. Theodore and I hope you have a great rest of your night, and we will see you in the next video. Bye. Say goodbye, Chi.